Hello, hello. Okay, tomorrow morning, Dr. Jeanson is going to have a live stream on discussion, or his own discussion anyway, on the haplogroup of basically the Chinese. So if you've been following me, the haplogroup of the Chinese is the O maternal Y chromosome. The O, of course, being Magog, one of the sons of Japheth. Now he's going to try to say that it's a Semitic maternal Y chromosome, and that's a little hard to sell. Christian Carpenter, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, my brother. Okay, yeah, I'm doing good. Just got off of work, and we had a little incident with the neighbors and stuff like that. But I think everything's okay. Anyway, um, yeah, I was down at the jungle cabin. I mean, the wood cabin in the woods, and it wasn't all that great, but it was there. But anyways, yeah, we have a discussion tomorrow, a live stream tomorrow with Dr. Jeanson, 8 o'clock Central Time. Everybody be there, or as they say, be square. But Dr. Jensen is going to talk about the Chinese people and who they are and how they got there and why are they the largest population in the world, the biggest population in the world, biggest haplogroup population in the world, bigger than the R European Gomer Y chromosome. How they get so big? God said that He would enlarge Japheth, because he had 7 sons to begin with, and yeah, it's Magog, Meshach, and Tubal, Tiraz, Javan, Madai, and Gomer, and the Thracians and the Javans, and hopefully that includes everybody of Japheth that God said He would enlarge, which is all of Eurasians. All the Eurasians, they belong to a single family tree designated by the Y chromosome, which is all the descendants um, that are the Japhethite descendants after the Semitic descendants, because they try to tie them together, but it's K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, and T. The K being Tubal, the O being Magog, the N being Meshach, so it's Magog, Meshach, and Tubal that Dr. Jeanson's, for one reason or another, he thinks they're Semitic. Now, he got a lot of explaining to do as to how these Semitic people that are from the Middle East, how they went to the Far East and the Far North and the Far West in Europe and became Eurasian, you know. But that's my pet peeve. But anyways, tomorrow we got a discussion, 8 a.m. Central Time, because I'm no longer on Eastern Time, I'm Central Time. But whose channel is it? It's going to be AIG. It's going to be AIG channel, and which is Ken Ham's channel, but there might be somebody else there interviewing Dr. Jeanson because that's the way it's been for a while. And he's going to be explaining who the Chinese people are. And from previous, you know, live streams and such, that he thinks they're Semitic. He thinks that the Japhethites, the 7 sons of Japheth, he thinks those are the 5 sons of Shem somehow. And he thinks the 5 sons of Shem are, what do you think they are? T? I think he thinks they're T. He thinks the Jewish people are T, which is Javan, which is the Mediterranean Sea people that did mix with the Jewish people in the days of the Phoenicians, in the days of King Solomon, when they had relations with the Phoenicians, when there was peace in the world, and they had relations with the Phoenicians. So they went all the way to America, and in America, there's the Mediterranean signature among the Native American peoples, begin with the R1A, which is Mediterranean, which is found in America, as well as the T, as well as the G, as well as the E, as well as the B, as well as the I1, the I2, the J1, the J2, and I mentioned the G, found, I'm talking about the Y chromosome. I'm talking about direct paternal ancestry found in the American indigenous populations in America, as well as the mitochondrial maternal line of X2A, which is found both in Israel and the Great Lakes region, which is the copper mines, which is where the R1A is found. And I haven't found out where the other ones are found either. But, at any rate, Dr. Jeanson thinks that the 3%, what is it, TY chromosome, 3% TY chromosome, he thinks that's the Jewish people. He thinks that's the Judaic people, descendants of Judah is the TY chromosome. He thinks, something flipped in his mind, or I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what his agenda is. I don't know what he's thinking, but it's contrary to, conventional understanding that Semitic paternal Y chromosome is Semitic, which is the J1, the J2, the G, the H, the F, those are Semitic paternal Y chromosomes. And he thinks those are Japhetic. Somehow, the Japhetic people, which went up in the north, Meshach went all the way up into, Moscow, all the way up into the Siberia. He thinks somehow Meshach, switched places with the Arabic people, which are the J1, people in Arabia, Saudi Arabia, and the whole Middle Eastern area. So somehow he thinks that they got switched, and as well as the O paternal Y chromosome, which is the Asian people, which is the Chinese, Korean, and South Asians, a whole bunch of people have the OY chromosome. He thinks those are Semitic. So he's got a lot of explaining to do as to how they got swapped with the Arabic people, the Elamite people, the Lydians, the Assyrians, which are G, and the Judaic people, which are J1, J2, as well as the Arabic people are J1 as well. But the Cohen modal haplogroup, you know anything about the Cohen modal haplogroup? Those are the priests of Israel, descendants of Levi, the brother of Moses. they have the J1Y chromosome. So, it's a very serious thing to be swapping Magog, Meshach, and Tubal with the Jewish people, or the Semitic people, which are the Syrian people. And the thing is that the Assyrian people early on mixed with Israel, but then later on too. It could have been either early on or later on. The Assyrian population became part of the Judaic population, which is, I guess, about, 3 to 5% or something, which is the GY chromosome. The TY chromosome, we know why. It's about 3% in the Judaic population. That's because of the Phoenicians. And who else they have probably Egyptian or Canaanite E, paternal Y chromosome. What else do they have? The G, the E, the T, then the F. The F, I don't think they have too much F, but F would be probably the Arameans or Lydians or something like that. But of course, the H is the Elamite. And the Elamite people went all the way into Europe with the HY chromosome. Hello, Doki. Doki Doki Bible Club. God bless. So the the HY chromosome, the gypsies went all the way into Europe, claiming to be partly Judaic. That was their claim. They said, "Oh, we're Judaic, we're Jewish people, too, but they're Elamites, but they're Judaic." So what do they have? About at least, you know, almost half their population is H. About a quarter of their population or more is J2, which is Judaic. So what do you know? The Elamite people, gypsies in Europe, claiming to be Judaic or partly Judaic, have the J2 paternal Y chromosome as a major component of their genetic makeup. That's the gypsies of Europe. That's the J2, the H. I mean, the gypsies in Europe, because there's gypsies all over Europe, but the gypsies in, I guess, around Germany or somewhere, they're largely H. About half their population is H, and then the quarter% or more, maybe 20% is Judaic, J2. So this J2, is like, a confirmation that is not only Semitic, but it's Judaic. So tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Central Time, Dr. Nathaniel Jeanson, is going to have a live discussion, apparently, on the Chinese population, which is the O paternal Y chromosome, mostly. They have some C, of course, a little bit of C, a little bit of D, and, maybe some K or something, but mostly O. Now, Dr. Jeanson is going to try to say that the O is Semitic, but he's going to have to explain how the Semitic population displaced the Japhethite population, that is Meshach, Tubal, and Magog, that went north and spread to the east. Of course, the O paternal Y chromosome would be Magog, which spread to the east for the most part, but not the Semitic population. You have the Judaic population went. There were merchants going down the Rhine River or up the Rhine River and down the Silk Road. They went all the way to China down the Silk Road, and the J2 paternal haplogroup goes down the Silk Road all the way to the The Uyghur population, which is largely J2 or mostly J2, or at least the majority percentage J2. The Uyghur population in China, the ones that are being mistreated, persecuted, and you know by the people of the government and everything. Hello, David. Well, David, I forget. The Orientals, the O haplotypes in their languages are Japheth. Absolutely, absolutely, David. It's Japheth because they're the nation. That's the nations. The nations went north. They went north. That's Meshach. That's Magog. That's Tubal. That's Javan, Taraz, Gomer, and Madai. Madai went into Europe. Madai also went east. Nice to see two Christians work out these ancestry models. Yeah, yeah, that's my idea, Doki, because we have to get it right. We have to get it right before we present it as fact to the world. We have to get it right and not make ourselves look bad. Everyone knows that the northern nations are Japheth, which is the N, the O, and the Greeks, which is Jav and Tiraz, which is the T and the L, and the R, which is Gomer in Europe, and the Q, Madai, which is in Europe and also in Asia, and all the way to America. And of course, the C paternal Y chromosome, the Hamitic Y chromosome, of course, can only be Nimrod. So that's about it. Everybody, just a heads up for everybody to know that tomorrow morning, Dr. Jeanson is going to have a live discussion as to who the Chinese people are. And he thinks they're Semitic. But we know that they belong to the nations. And we're just waiting for that to, I want to say sink in, but anyway, or waiting for the, waiting for the facts to bear themselves out. That the O is Magog, N is Meshach, K is Tubal, T is Javan, L is Tiraz, R is Gomer, Q is Madai. Those are the northern nations. So let's see what he has to present tomorrow, and we'll go from there. See how everything works out. Hopefully, we can get it all straight. Like Doki says, Doki Doki. God bless everybody. Everybody take care. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Central Time.